So here's your basic ring. So now if you go over to this here, I typically use the Instagram 1080 by 1080. It's just that I like the square format. It fits in a lot of things. It fits on my website nice. You have all of these different things you can do. I just find a lot of them are more over the top. I just like the simple rendering. And I also, for the same reason, I like this one here, which is white reflective. So that way you get a little bit of, you know, it's like being on a piece of white plastic. You know, there's other ways of doing it too, but I've just settled in on that one. I like the studio lighting. Here's where you can save your renders to a folder. So what you do is you browse here and then you just choose the folder that you want. And then you set it as default. Now, if I was to, I'm not going to render this yet. I'm going to put my, let's try the hand. Okay, so the hand is actually pretty sweet. I wish they had ears and necks too, but they don't have that yet. So you can move this all around. What I typically like to do is I try to make the hand about the size of a hand so that you can really get a good idea. Because this is like a, you know how, for me, like when I'm dealing with people all across the country, they can't try on my design. You know, I'm not sitting in front of them so they can lay the stones on their finger. So I have to help them to understand what it's going to be like. So maybe that's a little too small, about here. Okay. So now you can try different skin tones. Sometimes like the warmer skin tones look really good. You can change where on the finger the ring is going right here. I tend to like it down farther. You can also change the finger placement. You want it on the middle finger? You can put it there. Maybe let's leave it, let's render it there. That's kind of fun. You can change the nail color. I think they need to update the colors though. What do you think, Allie? You probably don't.
It's always good to have a refresh, and I'll definitely put your feedback in there for sure.
Yeah, I think we need some new nail colors. You gotta get some of the gals from the office that wear polish. Okay, so here we go. So let's do that one right there. So now you can if you hold down your shift key and then you right click, you can adjust this right where you want it because you want it smack in the middle. And then let's see. I have to do this so I can render. Otherwise I can't see my screen.
So
Allie,
Peter.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. So you're using CounterSketch for people all around the United States. So they're not coming necessarily in your showroom. So that's very awesome how you can, you know, sell with just a render and sell communication back and forth.
Yeah, well, I do. Like, I'll take pictures of gemstones. So let me pop this back. So there's my render.
It looks great.
Yeah. So then when you're done, you just go back to the hand and remove it, and then you're back to where you were. Okay. So can you see the render setup? So choose, like I said, choose your defaults. I use this one and this one and this. And then when I save it as default, and also it's the render resolution. And so when you do that, what you want to do is you want to keep your render image on the screen. Keep it about the size that you want. You know, you're just you have to experiment a little bit with it. I mean, when you roll your mouse, there's certain sizes. You know, you can kind of tell after you do it for a few times, and you'll see. Well, one thing that's kind of fun to experiment with too is this one right here too, lay flat, which is kind of an interesting I sometimes do that too. So let's, I'm going to close, let's see, I'm going to close that up. So now you can see, how it's going to look on a tabletop. So when you render it, it looks pretty cool because you can get with that setup, you can get, it's a really nice, a nice way to do it. And the ray tracing, picks up the details from the ring on the reflective material, and it just looks real nice.
That's
So
very beautiful
I don't know if
view.
that helps.